Good morning.
Get the right camera.
It's swamped again. It's the wrong around on there.
Alright.
So that's why it threw me, that's why we got the wrong camera there at the start. So good morning everybody and welcome back to Plannercraft. My name's Ian and Natalie is here with me as well this morning. Hopefully going to do a bit of help.
I will be assisting.
She's thrown me into the depths of unknown for me today. As we say. Well, not unknown, but I'm not very good at this bit. It's where it usually goes wrong for me.
So, first of all, hi Deb, hi Mom, hi Gail.
Good morning all.
And morning, so hello. So, take it away.
I don't know where I'm going.
Over there, the machine's behind you.
I'm gonna put that on.
No, you don't want to put it on there, else I'll lynch you. Go on.
I know machines over here. So what are we doing this morning? Shapes, aren't we?
Yep, adding shapes to the map for starters, because you haven't done that yet.
Adding shapes to a map. I can do that bit. I can do that. I can do adding shapes. Most days.
I switched to machine.
Thank you.
And good morning Linda and good morning Romaine. And we'll do the single line fonts at the end.
If you're lucky.
If I'm nice. And Carol says good morning.
Good morning, Carol.
You can now sit down today.
Sit down today. So, to add our basic, add shapes or anything onto our map, we're going to go into pattern. And here we have our choices of various options. So our first one is our basic shapes.
So they're useful for building, for creating frames, for cutting out sentiments if you don't want to use direct cut and things like that.
There you've got circles, squares, rectangles, triangles. Did I say circles?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Ellipses, hearts, stars, arrows, and some other random bits that they've put in, some tags and stuff, and plus signs, and jigsaw pieces. Now, depending on what machine you have, you may have a few more than I do. The 900 has a few more, and I think the DXs have even more than I do. So as they go up the models, you tend to get a few more bits and bobs with each.
Yeah. So if you've got a 300 in front of you, you may find that some of the shapes that Ian shows you aren't going to be available on your machine.
That's better on the screen, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Morning, Tracy.
So your next one is a bit more of your sort of patterns and pictures. So you get lots of different bits and bobs. So you've got your star signs, seasonal frames. They do like a layout one for like your scrapbook layouts. Transport, hobbies, around the home by the looks of it, put the house in the picture. I think your top one's supposed to be nature, food, pets and animals. So that, again, if you have the 900 it has a few more, and the DX also has more again, because the CM 900 and the DX also have the PES files, so they have like the embroidery files and stuff like that on them as well.
Mm.
So there are various other bits that are added as you go up the models. And then we have our logos, as they call them. I call them sentiments. Again, lots of these that you can play with. We have our borders. Again,
Borders are really useful. Really useful, because you can do things with them that you may not necessarily think of.
You also have a dashed line in there.
Yes, you do. So you can do your scoring on board. You don't have to do it in Canva.
We have text. We have a limited amount of fonts. I have 7 on this one, so not many. So if you want to just put in a font that is one on the machine, not import your own, that's where you get those. And then we have our few paper piecing patterns and cliquet patterns that are all set there.
Hey.
What? A papery thing. So, what should we start with?
I would do a multi-layer shape from your designs, so people can see how you need to bring in each layer.
Yeah, we can pick one now, aren't we?
I did the boat before. The boat's quite cool.
But I tried the car. Should we do the car? We haven't done a car or a bus
Do the car.
or a space rocket.
Decisions.
Mm.
Go on, go for the car. The car should be fairly easy.
Okay, so we go for the car. So we make it a bit bigger because it's only like.
Yeah. This is one of those ones where you want to set your size straight away.
What should we go? 6. Let's make it everything now.
Make it memorable.
7 inches.
Yeah. Okay, so now it's coming up with your 3 different layers.
Yeah.
So you can either cut them one at a time. So for instance, putting on a green 12x12 for the body of the car, a blue 12x12 for the windows and so forth. Or you can lay them all onto your mat at once. So you've got a small piece of green and a small piece of blue. So depending on how you're doing it will change slightly how you're going to do things. So if you want to select a layer to get started with.
Let's start with the body of the car, shall we? At least that. So there you go. So it tells you that it's 7.1 inch. It's gone up a little bit, but yeah. And we're putting one on the mat. So we're going to set. And there we have our body of our car.
Morning, Sandra.
Next.
You're going to go back to a head.
Yeah. So we go back to add. And we go, okay, we're going to add our glass. And we go, okay. And set. And it's putting our pane of glass.
Now the pattern interval that Ian was showing you in settings dictates the space between those 2 shapes. So at the moment it's just set on 1, but if you wanted to have that set further apart, then it's automatically going to come in moved over a bit.
And then we're going to go add and bring in our wheels. It brings in 2 of these. And then you can see it's putting our wheels as well.
No, this is just inbuilt designs, Tracy. And good morning, Dulcie. Enjoy your morning off.
So we have all our pieces. So I can move these around. So I can pull my wheels down here because they're going to be out with a bit of black card.
Would you like me to find you some carding?
Yes, please. And I have my sheet of glass, which we'll do out of maybe a blue or something.
Okay, there's some black.
Yep.
You can make use of your background scan then. There's some blue. And what colour card would you like?
Oh, I don't mind. Should we stick to the green that we said? Do we have a green?
We do. There you go. You can have a green card.
Lovely. Delightful colours.
And hi, Linda.
So do you want to swap screens for me a moment?
Tracy says, are they on the DX? I will go and have a quick look.
They should be. These are the standard ones. So over on this table, let me get my mat.
Yep, the car's there. It's the first one on the transport page.
I know roughly from my layout that my car is in this corner, so I'm going to put my. I need a bigger piece of card.
You need a bigger. Oh,
My car
okay.
is 7 inches.
Good point. Okay, hang on.
The blue's big enough and the black's big enough, but my green isn't enough.
Let's go for green that I know will cut nicely for you, because I know the dotty one it plays up a bit on.
Could you trim me a 7-inch strip, please, dear?
I will.
Thank you. So whilst Natalie's doing that for me, I know that my wheels are down here somewhere. So let's put that. Don't think it goes that far down. So 7x4, please, sweetie.
I'll take it just over 7, sweetie.
Yes, please, because it's 7.1.
Yeah. So I'll do 7.5.
And my
By 4.5?
by 4 is fine, because I've got my maps at 4.
Okay.
I think.
It says that's right.
Yeah, no, it's only 3 inches. It's only 3 inches, so yeah, it's fine.
There you go.
Thank you. That looks a different colour.
It is a different
It's not
colour.
green.
It's kind of.
Yellow.
But if you put it by yellow, it's green. So it's one of those funny colours.
That's right. Wheels.
Oh dear, Carol's not feeling well today after agreeing with you last night. Must teach the new keyboard not to type without her knowledge. So that it doesn't happen again. And good morning, Maggie.
So, changing back to the ScanNCut. I like it. I put myself a seat. And what do you do? Did it?
That's normal if it's a horizontal surface.
So, I'm going to load my mat. I have my blade taken out because I can just start up my machine. And I'm going to do a background scan. So that's this button here. And that's just going to tell me where all my bits are and if I've got my bits of paper in the right place. So I didn't do bad on that. My wheels are a little bit off from my one wheel is. But what I might do, I'll just move my glass down so it's down there, move my card just a fraction. And then I'm going to change my scan settings.
Go a bit slower on that. Just do that again.
Which bit?
There's scan settings because you whiz through that.
Oh, sorry. So we go into the spanner settings, and here we have our background colours that we can change. So it was on dark, so the difference being on dark, you can't really see my wheels in here at all. So
It's not that the light's shining on it, Carol, it's just that it's being a bit daft with the colour balance.
yeah.
Let me see if I can. Let's try that again.
Turn that.
No, I don't want to turn it that much. Right, can you just show that again? Just so.
Is that better? You need to move that on there then.
Okay. That should be a bit better. Oh, no, we're a bit. There we go.
So, this is our settings button, and then we have our background as it was. So when it's black, that's what we could see originally. As I said, you can't really see the wheels on the wheels on the bus that don't go round and round.
Wouldn't at the moment because you've got a flat spot. You go ba-ding, ba-ding.
So I'm going to go to that one, so you can see there we can better see. And I'm going to move my wheels down into this little bit down here, so I'm not wasting too much card. For the frugal crafter. That should be fine. I'm going to go OK. So all our card is roughly the same depth, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to go to cut. Now they can't see the machine cutting. Zoomed in and moved in. So I'm going to standard plane. No, don't move that one. Don't move that one, because that one was in the right plumbing place. It's alright, go there.
Okay, I'll zoom it for you. There you go.
So I'm going to put my blade on by... She'd do it to me if I was cameraman, so yeah. It's only fair. And then we're going to press cut.
Okay, so before you remove your mat
Cut
or
that
press any buttons, just check that everything is cut.
Yep. That's good.
Okay, so if I zoom back into the screen again. There we go. So when you finish cutting, even though all the pieces are on the mat, it's going to come up with this screen. So what that means is if you've only cut one layer, you can automatically go and cut the next bit, or you can just go finish. So as Ian's done all the layers, he's going to press finish, and then you're back to your normal screen.
So should we unload the mat and go and
Yep.
assemble?
Mm-hmm. Have you done that?
I've got my light on today, have I?
No, you haven't. Lighting's failing.
There we go. A bit more light on the situation. So, I'm going to take these off my mat and use my spatula if I can find it. So we have the blue one first, that's nice and easy. So just using the spatula to get underneath the excess card, and to take it away. And then the same with this bit, we use the metal spatula just to slide underneath. And that's our glass, which is going to go underneath the car. We have our two wheels over here. So be careful with this one because you've got the bits in the middle. You have one wheel. And second wheel. Don't need the bits out in the middle because it will show through the white of the card. Now it looks like I've got a bandit on my page, but
Ninja.
and then the yellow card we're going to do the same. Yellow, green, whatever colour it might be. Funny shade of something. And again, just sliding underneath that to get all the bits out.
You would not like me if I gave you the dotty one.
So there's our. Just take our window panes off because we don't need those. So let's put the cover back on the mat just to make sure that it's not collecting dust. Unlike Natty, who doesn't put it. So I'll leave it there for a second when we put these bits together. So we've got our glass for the car. Then we have our car. And then we have our wheels.
You could cut some little grey, a grey background to stick it all on next.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Be a bit great cut then.
You will,
7 inches at least.
at least.
So we'll take those off.
There we go.
Is that my road, is it? 12 by 12 will be fine, sweetie, and I'll cut a 7-inch square. I'll just cut straight out the side as well.
Okay, so there's a couple of ways that you can do this. One way is to let the machine work it out for you, so you stick all your elements onto your card. But because if you were to do that at the moment, you're going to have a gap in your wheel arch, you're going to want to then weld it one way or another. Yes, give me a look. Okay, first let's stick our card together, shall we? Poor thing.
I haven't got any glue over here, so.
I'll grab some glue. You would want the one that's hiding like this. Oh! Where's it gone? I can see it.
It's back in your tub, it's where it's supposed to be, look.
Yep, retidied. Okay. So, first of all, going to apply our glass. Okay.
That's it. Lost a wheel.
Yeah.
It's always dangerous, that.
Okay. I'm going to turn it over. We have our car.
Wheels don't stick to the car, do they?
No. Let's try this, and there's a gap. So I'm just going to apply some glue like so.
Car's attached.
Car's attached. Off
Do I have to leave that to stick a bit, or should it be okay?
It doesn't take very long.
Okay, so by the time we've got around there, change cameras and
Yep.
put the off my seat again.
Yep. Oh. Change cameras.
Why? I've got there yet.
There you go. Right.
Bringing our car round. Do I clear my map or leave those bits on and move them to...
I would go back and just save it, just for now, just in case you do need to go back to it if you can't get direct cut to do what you wanted to do. He just didn't seem to want to do it, Carol. Okay, so it saved the file in case we need to go back to it. And first of all, he's going to try and do it with direct cut. Okay.
So we're going to get the machine to do it first. Which is always a good try. Black and white, do you think? Or do you want colour?
Try it,
Okay.
because then you can do your offset then. You just didn't want to get glue in your cut, really, did you? Ouch. Is your foot, you didn't notice when you've done it.
Okay, so that's my car. It's not done too bad, but it's picked up around the inside arches of the wheels.
Yeah, so this is where you're going to want to use offset. Okay. Something tinked that look.
Don't worry about it.
No, carry on.
Okay.
Ignore
So-
me.
I've got my 2 bits. I can't do weld from here, can I? So we can shrink this up.
Will it not let you go in and edit it? Go, okay,
Let's preview.
okay.
Artboard.
Ah, it won't let you do it from there. So
Hang
you got,
on.
that's proof that you're used to doing it with DX.
Select all.
Okay, so
No.
you're
Can't
also
do it.
missing a wheel.
No, because it's already done the outline on that one. It's done it properly on that one.
He's just not doing it
It's just
properly
not
on the
done it on
other
that one.
Ugh, okay. So, in which case, if you get to that point and it's not doing it for you, what you can do instead is if you go home, okay, scan to cut data, and then scan it as normal.
Okay. Now I want the top one, don't I? The top one does the outline only?
Uh-huh.
It's still done me bus. Still done me wheel.
Yeah, that's okay. So go save.
So drag it in.
Yeah. Okay, so that's saved it to your machine, so go back home. Okay. Pattern. Saved. Machine.
No, it didn't.
Did you not save it? Come on. He's trying to break it again, Carol.
I'm not trying to break it at all. Cheating there. Top one.
Mm-hmm. You didn't resize it that time.
We didn't resize it last time. Oh,
That hasn't picked it all up, dear.
It hasn't done it this time, has it?
No. Which is why you should always make sure that you save it the first time.
Disgraceful. Why it worked first time, not second?
Because it's a ScanNCut. And it's a CM.
That'd be upsetting Carol.
Hi, Laurie. And Carol says you couldn't resist doing it wrong. Oh dear. Let's go back home and start again. Come on. you want to go and do?
Yeah, if you want me to.
I'll take over for a bit. If it's going to misbehave for you.
Yeah, I'll let you misbehave with it.
Okay. There we go. See that? And it's even going to join it together just because we haven't done it the other way. So, let's see if it will let us do it this way. There we go. I'm going to go home. Okay. Pattern saved. Machine. I'm bringing our car. Go okay. Now if you wanted to, you could let it cut that way, so that it, goes round inside the little arches a little bit and just holds it together with just a tiny bit. But if you wanted to tidy that up a bit, you can go to add. I'm going to bring in a basic shape, so I'm going to go for a nice thin rectangle. And at this point it's not important about setting the size, so I'm just going to add that to my mat. Now, although it brings it over to the side of the object, we can now drag that back over the top. I'm going to go into my canvas, resize, and I'm going to press this little button down here with our 2 sets of arrows. What that means is I can alter the width independently of the height. So we'll press that and it'll turn bluey purple. So I need it wider. Now shapes will always resize from the centre outwards, so I'm just going to bring that more across to the centre of my car, so a bit more. And I'm going to reduce the height, so again that's going to go from the centre inwards. So I'm going to go back there. Then we can use our 4 arrow button just here, and we can actually nudge it with the buttons on screen. So if you're finding difficulty with aligning a shape manually, you can go in there and just do it little bit by little bit. Just going to reduce the height a little bit more. Now, if we press this button here, we're going to zoom in, and we can actually zoom in up to 400%. So if you really want to get detailed, you can get in there and just see how that's working. Okay, okay. We're going to select everything on the mat, because there's only those 2 shapes. Go OK. And then this button here with the circle that is welded to the triangle is our weld button. So we can use that to weld our shapes together, and we can go OK. We're happy with that. So then that's going to cut around the outside of our car, and it's probably just going to do a little bit of a lift up here and lift up there, so that it looks like it's actually one piece. So we can go OK. Get my blade. I'm just going to push it up a little bit because it's going to be going around the edge of that card too. So I'm going to go for about 6, I think. So because we've got our layers here, it's always going to be a bit of a guessing game as to where that blade's going to best be situated. And it's better to start off lower and work your way up. Okay, and cut. You can see it's very, very slightly gone into our green, which means it may not cut those areas. So we can always check and redo it if we need to. So very gently just lift that off the mat. If you pop your finger underneath, you'll be able to feel roughly just how far off it is cutting. So it's not far off.
Just do it again then.
So I'm just going to pop it back. I might need a bit more PTF in. It's starting to slip a bit. So, okay, cut. Try again. Can you just keep an eye on comments in Streamlabs? Okay. So, this is looking a little more successful. Just going to gently hold my hand there while I'm lifting to just check. And this top edge just hasn't quite done just yet. So I'm just going to pop it up a little bit more. And let it go again.
Must be right into that colour now. Last bit.
No, it's still not quite done it.
Morning, Beatrice.
Okay, one more. We're feeling. It's just that top edge because the rest of it's done okay. There we go. We get so easily. Ta-da! We have one cut out car.
Any spatula?
Yes, please. It just saves my nails. Okay. There's a little tiny bit there, but that's not bad. That's not bad at all. So if I pop that there, and then do you want to go and I'll change camera?
And there's our lovely car.
Okay. What should we do next, then, Ian? Because we've only got 15 minutes left. So shall I do single lines next?
You're going to show why?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Want it on display?
Not yet, I don't.
Yeah, but you will, won't you?
Yes, I will, but hang on. Let me come over here.
So, some of you may or may have not seen Natalie's post yesterday,
Where I was doing my little happy dance.
where she's been doing a little jig around the office, repeatedly. And she's managed to create some fonts. So, without further ado, I'll swap you to the display and you can see what she's been playing with.
Okay, so far I have two fonts that I'm happy with. We have a floral cutout font which is designed to match our pop of colour cards, and that is a capitals only font, so you can see that they're quite detailed, so they're designed for cutting big and bold, so hence they go with a pop of colour. And underneath we have a single line font. Now, I've done a bit of tweaking since I've done this, but I thought you'd probably want to see the work in progress that is. So with single line fonts, there's some really important things that I need to point out. To make single line fonts work, firstly, you have to use them directly in Canvas. You can't, say, go to Affinity Designer or Illustrator and type them in and expect them to still be single line when you save to SVG, because they're not. Secondly, if you are going to weld it to a shape, so let's bring in a shape. Should I go for a semicircle again? Just because. Okay. And I'm going to select my text. And I'm going to fit it to my path. Now, at this point, yes, okay, my character spacing is awful, but don't worry about that. We'll sort that. But what you're looking at is the fact that at the moment, this is still a single line font. If we were to press this button here, convert to shapes, which is usually what you would do to say, yeah, I like that, that's what I'm setting in stone, what that actually is going to do is that's going to trace around the outline of the stroke rather than keep it as a single line. So it's really important with single line fonts that we don't use this button. Okay, so that's the same reason as to why you can't use it in Illustrator or Affinity, that when you do the SVG export, it's going to trace around the outside of the line rather than just keeping the line. So there you go. Is there any questions?
I don't know because I can't see them.
You don't know because you can't see. Well, I can't see either. What I will do is, as we're here, let's see if we can sort out this character spacing a bit. Because it's a bit... let's shift it back up together a little bit. And I'm going to change the vertical alignment a bit, I think. It's a bit literal there, isn't it? Okay, I'll do it with character spacing. So by dragging the little plus button, we're moving it around our path. And as I said, I have done a bit more work so that L now sits back down here a bit more. It looks quite nice when it's all higgledy-pickledy and you're doing lots of text, but in single words it looks a bit weird. I'm working on it, it's a work in progress. Okay. So, do you want to go back to overhead so we can see if there's any questions, Ian?
Mm-hmm. Do you want to send just the world across to a ScanNCut and we'll draw it?
Okay. I'll hide the hello. And we need to set it to draw as well as the other important thing, because if you send it as a cut, all you're going to do is literally draw that line with your blade. So it won't be very useful to anyone. Okay. Do you want me to do a straight one as well?
Yeah, if you want to.
It's weird, isn't it, when you start playing with shapes of words, it suddenly doesn't look right. And you notice. Okay, I'm going to export that.
Yeah,
still, hang on. I nearly made a mistake there, dear. Oh.
Rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake. Happens more often than you think.
You're on the overhead camera anyway, so nobody saw it.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, so hopefully they've come through to our... Oh, we were on that one.
Huh?
We're on this one.
Okay.
So we go OK, and we'll go home and OK. We're going to go pattern, and on this one we're going to pull down what Natalie's just sent across. As you can see, we have two worlds.
And they're blue, which is the important
bit. Which is
bit.
good, because that means they are draw lines and not cut lines.
Yeah, so you definitely want to be checking that they are
We're
blue.
going to go OK. And then we need some paper.
You need some paper, you need a pen, and you need a pen holder.
Is that wide enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Use the other bit.
That one is. So we're going to use the same lovely yellow as our taxi. as Carol branded it, so we'll keep it as a taxi.
Although it's not quite that yellow in real life, I have to say.
And let's take that. Nope, drop that. There. Pen holder and a pen. Red, okay.
Oh, would you prefer something else?
No,
Tell you
that's
what,
fine.
go for a sparkly.
Sparkle. Okay.
Yep, so you leave the half circle there and just send it to draw without converting to shape.
And as you can see on the screen, the half circle is not there. Hopefully you can see that.
Yep, you can see it quite clearly
The
actually.
text is
Not bad.
curved, but it's not.
Cameraman's doing quite well.
Yeah, you're doing a good job today. So we're going to go to draw. It's going to take 2 minutes. That's appropriate holder because it's Carl's holder.
Do you want to zoom out for a second, Sue? You can do it with any path. So if you trace an image so that it's a path, you can apply it to a path. You don't have to do it to a basic shape.
It's weird how it draws.
But you can't wrap an image around a path, which is a shame. Unless, of course, you ask somebody to make it into a font for you.
Right, so that's done. So I'll press OK and I'll swap onto the other camera so you can see the results because that is quite cool.
Hey!
So I'm going to pop round to the other desk because we're on 2. And we have a single line font. That is a true single line font and drawn with a ScanNCut. So it's very funky.
It is, isn't it? Looks good, that.
There you go.
No, I didn't use Procreate, I used Illustrator. And then another funky plugin that you have to purchase. So I did get asked yesterday if I was going to do a video on the process, and what I said was, well, I don't mind doing videos on using the fonts that I make. It's a bit long-winded to do one live because there's an awful lot of work. As you can see, the script one is still a work in progress, so it's a font with capitals, lowercase, punctuation, numbers and accents as well. So once we iron out all the little tweaks that I need to do and that I'm happy with, then that will be available on our Buy Me a Coffee. We're also considering the option of creating fonts for other people as well, so if you are interested in designing a font, then that's something that we can collaborate on and you can have your own custom font. Whether that's one that you've designed or if you want to do one of your handwriting. So particularly for scrapbookers where you don't want to be handwriting journaling but you'd still like to put your handwriting in, then that's a way you can do it. And yes, they will be for sale. They will be on Buy Me a Coffee. So you can buy me a coffee for a script font. Yes, it's because of the cost that there is in making them. They take hours. So far, probably looking at a good 2 to 3 days on the script font from start to finish. So from conceptualization to where we are now, and there's still
Work to do.
But it's not bad. It's not bad. So we're going to start off with that one as a fairly simple one, and then we're going to do a pro one as well, which is going to be even more characters and alternates and little flourishes for it as well. But that is why they cost so much money, isn't it? Is the amount of work. Okay. So I think we'll leave it there for today. If you're interested in fonts and finding out more about how you can create your own, then do get in touch and we can collaborate on one. So take care for now, and bye.